Picture a can of Coca-Cola, but in neon green. Or imagine your banking app washed in hot pink. It feels instinctively wrong, doesn't it? We believe our purchasing decisions depend purely on price and quality, but that immediate feeling of discomfort reveals a biological mismatch happening beneath your conscious awareness. Your brain takes 90 seconds to form an opinion on a new product. Up to 90% of that assessment is driven by color alone. That impression locks in, moving into long-term memory. Consistent color increases brand recognition by 80%. Color serves as a cognitive shortcut. Corporations engineer specific hues to engage your brain's emotional centers before you've processed a single word of a slogan. To see how this works, we have to break down the light spectrum. We'll start at the long end, in the 620 to 750 nanometer range, the zone we perceive as red. When these wavelengths hit your retina, they trigger an immediate physical response. Your heart rate accelerates, accompanied by a mild adrenaline surge. Marketers align that biological state of arousal with their sales tactics. They use red to signal urgency, convey passion, and physically stimulate the appetite. This grid of major brands shows how the strategy looks in practice. In the top red tier, companies like Coca-Cola and Nabisco use these wavelengths to project power and energy. In digital design, this urgency drives measurable behavior. Changing a green call to action button to red increases user clicks by 21%. Dropping down the grid to orange and yellow, we find brands like Amazon, Nickelodeon, and Best Buy. These colors grab attention quickly to suggest optimism, cheerfulness, and youthful energy. These warm tones aren't just vibrant choices. They are signals engineered to encourage quick decisions and impulsive consumption. Shifting down the spectrum brings us to shorter wavelengths. Blue rests in the 450 to 495 nanometer range. While red accelerates your nervous system, blue has the opposite effect. It activates melanopsin receptors in the eye, helping lower blood pressure and reduce stress. That physical calm creates a specific psychological association. Blue projects security, competence, and reliability, the traits of a dependable institution. This is why the tech and finance sectors gravitate toward the blue tier of this grid. Brands like American Express, Dell, and Facebook use it to signal that your money and data are safe. Then there is green. Our brains possess an evolutionary link to this color, associating it with nature, safety, and fresh resources. Companies like Starbucks and Spotify use green to suggest growth and tranquility, attempting to manufacture a peaceful environment for the consumer. While warm colors capitalize on impulsive reactions, cool colors aim for physiological trust. This trust is necessary to secure a long-term connection with your wealth or your data. Beyond the primary spectrum, the associations remain targeted. In this table of interpretations, black is linked to power and glamour for luxury brands, while white is tied to purity and innocence. However, even these hardwired biological responses have one major variable that can override them: learned cultural conditioning. While white symbolizes purity in Western cultures, it is the color of mourning and funerals in parts of East Asia. For a brand to succeed globally, it must navigate the friction between our universal biology and our local sociology. This strategy is called perceptual marketing. Brands calculate the exact cognitive associations your brain is predisposed to make before you ever engage with the product. In a digital landscape where our attention is measured in milliseconds, you are constantly encountering these split-second triggers. By learning this hidden psychological language, you stop reacting to the palette and start recognizing the emotional strings being pulled. You move from being a target to an informed participant.